Hi everybody, this is Dr. Madiha Saeed, board certified integrative holistic mom MD, aka holistic mom MD, raw unedited. Again, today was a crazy day. But I wanted to, honor our time together so I can teach you all this exciting stuff that I was talking to you guys about. Yay! So we have been talking about, let's go through all the stuff, let's do a little recap, that your chronic symptoms are due to something called inflammation. And we all know it. Doctors know it. When you go to your doctor for allergies, they give you an antihistamine. If you go to your doctor for a rash, like an eczema, they give you steroids, an anti-inflammatory. If you go to your doctor for, pain, they give you an anti-inflammatory. Get the picture? So we know in medical knowledge, we have been taught in medical school, we have been taught that the underlying root cause of these chronic symptoms is, you guessed it, inflammation. Yay. So what we got to do, so look at this. Look at all of these symptoms. I know it's backwards. It's in my book, right? So you can get that. But look at all of these symptoms that are symptoms and chronic conditions that are caused by chronic inflammation. And so in order to improve not just one symptom, but all of them simultaneously, I love you, Ollie, my team. The best psychiatrist in the world. Maybe, yeah, there's a couple more equal to that, but still, I love you. So this is amazing. So what we have is so all of these chronic conditions are due to chronic inflammation, right? So in order to lower not just one symptom, but all of them simultaneously, we have to target inflammation. And deficits in your social health, your spiritual health, your mental, emotional. So deficits in all of these, in your stress, sleep, social health, spiritual health, gut health, nutrition, detoxification, any of those can lead to a very sad lady, because she is inflamed and chronic illness. So in order to talk about each one of those, we talked about your spiritual health. Make sure you optimize, your positivity by saying 10 things that you're thankful for every single morning. Make sure that the people around you are lifting you up, not dragging you down. And, I got my two favorite psychiatrists on there. Mwah, mwah. So excited. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys are cute. So then we have your spiritual health. So make sure you immediately when you wake up in the morning, say 10 things that you're thankful for. Surround yourself with amazing people like I do in my life, like my cousins who are on with me. And then we have sleep. Make sure you're sleeping well. I know with with the craziness going on in my life, again, that's something I really make sure I keep high on my list, because while you sleep, you detox and you make hormones and you lower inflammation. So it's all good. So it's literally, you can heal in your sleep. Now, what's better than that, right? Then we have is stress. Stress causes 80% of the complaints that come to primary care physicians. 80%. So it's really, really important that we lower stress, because if we just incorporate a mind-body technique into our daily routines, like meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, we have, guided imagery, meditation, yoga, right? All of that. Oh, did I freeze? I just had to freeze. I think I'm still going. So if all of that, right? If we just incorporate those into our daily routines, we can keep damaging hormones far, far away from us. Yay! So make sure you incorporate a stress management technique. Then we've been talking a lot about our gut health and how our gut health, because this is what happens with our digestive system when we eat. When we eat, what happens is that food goes through our bellies, out in and out. We have our large intestine, all these different pieces. But specifically here, the gut-associated lymphatic tissue is 70 to 80% of your immune system, even more than that, lies in your gut, right? It also harbors about 100 trillion bacteria, and we're only 32 trillion human cells, so it's a little scary, so don't think too much into it. But we harbor all of that bacteria in our bodies. And so over time, what happens, we need to make sure this bacteria, there's more good bugs than bad bugs. So we want to make sure that's good, because everyone, there's too many good bugs versus bad bugs. Everything is nice, happy, and healthy. But over time, what happens is that when you have either with chronic stress or the foods that we eat, the chemicals, antibiotics, so the more artificial foods that we eat, the more problems that can occur, right? Because, and chronic stress and the toxins, our environmental toxins, all of that plays a huge role in what happens to our microbiome. Because we need a symbiotic relationship in order for our body to be happy, right? Symbiotic relationship, sad. And so what happens is that when you do not have this balance, the bad bacteria are responsible for digestion, metabolism. They turn genes on and off. They make about 90% of your serotonin and 50% of your dopamine. That is a feel-good hormone. So all of that, when that is imbalanced, the bad bugs don't do their job well and let things through that should not be getting through, just to make a long story short. And what happens is that it leads to all of this fire that's here. And this fire goes all over the body, and if it goes to your knees, it can cause joint pain. If it goes to your brain, it can cause depression, anxiety, ADD. We have schizophrenia, bipolar. If it goes to your skin, it can cause eczema. If it goes to your, everywhere in your body, it can cause an autoimmune condition or even cancer. So we have lots and lots and lots of this inflammation that's going on. So in order to lower this inflammation, healing the gut is key, and that is exactly what we have been talking about up till now. So, healing the gut. So first we're going to, in order to heal the gut, these are 5 simple steps that I take for all my patients in order to heal the gut. And that is, first we have to remove the gasoline. And we talked a lot about that. When patients come to me, I remove all grains, all dairy, all sugar, all processed foods. We want to make sure, obviously, if they have food sensitivities, take those out. Toxins, infections, all of that needs to go, okay? Because that's the only way that you really know. You can say, oh, I'm not allergic to this, or I'm allergic to this, and you can start taking out just gluten. But I have by the time patients actually come to me, they have tried everything and done everything, and a lot of gluten-free diets, they start to replace processed sugar, processed grains, or not processed gluten-free products. That does the body no good. So it's better to just take all these things out. You'll feel so much better, so much faster, I promise. It's so exciting. And if I can do it, you guys can do it. We got this. Then we want to replace. And we want to replace this with key nutrients and acids, sometimes if you have low acid, along with enzymes to make sure you're digesting appropriately. Vegetables, protein, healthy fats. Then is to repopulate, and we talked a lot about this, to repopulate with probiotics and prebiotics. So the probiotics are good bacteria or bugs that your body needs to help replenish the stores, right? And if you're there's a lot of, and fermented food has a lot of probiotics. And what's really cool about that is fermented foods like sauerkraut and kimchi actually also help to regulate blood glucose levels, and they decrease the total cholesterol, lower inflammation, are also rich in L-glutamine that helps to heal and are key in improving the inflammation, rich in lactic acid to help you stabilize, to help you balance the production of stomach acid. So all of that, there's really, really, really good healing powers to sauerkraut and adding those foods in. But if you have a lot of, let's say you have something called small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, that means that there's good bugs in the wrong place. Then the sauerkraut is not, it's going to cause more problems. Why? Because of the fact that when you're feeding basically all of it. So you're feeding all of it. So when you're feeding all of it, then you don't feel so good. So we want to make sure that you just add the sauerkraut only if you don't have any of the. Make sure you rule out SIBO. You could talk to your physician. We'll talk about that in a little bit in the further Facebook Lives. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you. My integrative holistic psychiatrist cousin who's a superstar in the oncology world is on, and she's making me laugh. So, mwah, thank you. And then we also want to add prebiotics, right? So prebiotics are like chicory and dandelion greens, eggplant, Jerusalem artichokes, jicama, leeks, onions, asparagus, all of that. So adding those prebiotic foods actually helps you heal the gut lining to provide the food for the probiotics. It also optimizes detoxification and helps soothe those inflamed muscles, protecting them against further inflammation. So probiotics help to repopulate. The next thing we talked about is to repair, is what we're going to talk about today. Repair the gut lining. So after you have done all of these, remove the offending things and stop putting the fuel on the fire, supplement the digestive process as needed, restore the normal bacterial balance. The gut needs to be healed. Repairing the gut lining is really important to ensure proper absorption of the nutrients. So how I do that is I recommend, right, it's for my goal is to do this the most easy, fast, cost-effective way possible. And that is bone broth. Bone broth is super, super healing. So I recommend at least 1 cup of bone broth per day. Why? Because it is full and rich in so many healing properties like amino acids and glutamine. Then it's also found in, it also has like your bioavailable amino acids that the body can easily absorb and help the body repair itself. So I do recommend 1 cup of bone broth a day to help heal it and give it the nutrients that they need. Then we also want to make sure that you're getting enough zinc, because zinc found in like lean poultry, lean beef, nuts such as cashews and almonds, vitamin A, found in carrots, green leafy vegetables, green leafy greens, winter squash, lettuce, dried apricots, cantaloupe, bell peppers. All of those contain great vitamin A that is needed for your gut to heal, along with your vitamin C and bell peppers, green leafy greens, and we have kiwi and broccoli, berries, citrus fruits, all of those. Then we have is vitamin D. Vitamin D can be found in sardines, and it can be found in, egg yolks and liver, cod liver oil. All of those are really important to help heal that gut bacteria. Then we have is, remember the probiotics help heal the gut lining, along with L-glutamine. L-glutamine is found in bone broth. So technically for most patients, they do better with all of that. I've only had like a couple patients that I've had to go to add further supplementation. And, but though that's a gut healing supplements that could be used is L-glutamine. For example, like 5 grams twice a day. L-glutamine is actually really good to help rejuvenate the gut lining, and it prevents actually the leaky gut from worsening. So that's really important. Then we have omega-3s, and about 1 to 2 grams per day. Overall, what that does is it improves inflammations against like an anti-inflammatory type of response and heals the gut lining. We have digestive enzymes that we talked about earlier to help you optimize that digestion. The other ones, again, I don't ever really use these, very rarely, depending on your individual need. There's like slippery elm and aloe vera and like all of these other, there is MSM and boswellia, then we have chamomile, quercetin. I mean, the list really goes on and on and on. Marshmallow and plantains can help, but frankincense, so that's an essential oil that can help. So there's a lot of other licorice root all of those specific ones that can help heal the gut lining. But again, for me, the key pieces to that are the key pieces to that is to remove the gasoline, replace with key nutrients, repopulate with prebiotics and probiotics, and then we have add and repair the gut lining with bone broth and collagen, having at least 1 cup per day. The bone broth, again, is rich in amino acids like L-glutamine. It also has glucosamine and chondroitin and collagen, gelatin, proline, glycine, like literally like so many bioavailable minerals, along with which are, for example, like calcium and magnesium, phosphorus, silicon, and sulfur that the body can easily absorb and start to improve, because those are key nutrients that the body needs to optimize your immune system. So I recommend cooking that with the meat and the collagen and the fat and the bones in a crock pot for at least 8 hours. Depending on, some people have a reaction, it's called a histamine reaction. And so if that's the case, what you want to do is just sort of like just do a very quick boil, and that doesn't release, it doesn't increase the histamine levels that much, and people are able to tolerate that a lot more. Again, what other things that I could do to help you repair with key nutrients? Again, there's lots of herbs, fermented foods, the list goes on and on. So do you see how much hope there is to actually heal? It is so much fun. We're going to talk about, we talked about, and we'll just finish this off next week when we talk about rebalancing that, and I can talk about a little bit more in detail again. But again, all that is just in case you guys can't catch me next week. What that is to like detoxify that, and hopefully once we heal, we will be our very best that you can be. Again, all of this information is in my new book, a bestseller. It's sold out so many times on Amazon. It's called The Holistic RX, Your Guide to Healing Chronic Inflammation and Disease. Something that's taken me about 4.5 years to put together for you guys, especially with a busy family. So yes, it was a huge passion of mine. Along with, I have lots and lots of amazing opt-ins on my website. So I have all those tools necessary for you to heal from the inside out. Easy, fun, cost-effective. Like, what's better than that? And because I want to put together all of those tips from holistic medicine, functional medicine, integrative medicine, all in one place to make it as easy, fast, cost-effective, so you can heal for real healing. For real life. I'll see you guys later. Bye.